This fourth video segment is the continuation of what we were doing earlier. So let me bring up that step file. File, open. There's my step file. And we have already seen this geometry. What I did, I cleaned up those two surfaces and the lines that are created. So I'm back to what you saw in the video segment 2. Now, I showed you that if you followed a particular approach, a particular sequence of feature recognitions, eventually you get rid of the entire dump solid. What I want to show you is that if you go a different route, you may end up at the end with a piece of the dump solid left that you have to live with, and there's not much that can be done. So let me show you what I have in mind. So first thing I'm going to do, keep in mind that you have to be in the dump part body, because if you try to, it tells you that you have to be right there. So we close that, right click in this work object. Now let's click on the manual feature recognition. Let me get rid of the, or I don't want to say get rid of, but extract that fill. There we are. Okay. Incidentally, we don't have to say OK. We can say apply, and then we get rid of that and go to the next one. So now let me extract, for example, or recognize this path. So path, this one, apply. See, it's gone. That one, apply. We have a path here, or we can use a pocket. It really doesn't matter. So let's say pocket. Over this, apply. Okay, very good. And pad that face, apply. Whoa, you can see what happened. If I undo this, okay, and let's say that I use pocket to get rid of this, okay, and then another pad. You see what you get out of the solid in the tree depends on the sequence of events that you follow. Now, if I try to do another pad here, it will not work. Okay. So let me do the following. Let me pad from the bottom. Get rid of this face, right click, remove, and this bottom one, pad, again, it doesn't work. Let's try to do this side. So remove, tab, apply. Depending on what you do, you end up with one dump solid or other. Let's try to do the pad with this. See, it doesn't like it. So let's do the following. Let's do the following then. Let's do a hole, extract. Well, first of all, I have to get rid of this. Okay, a hole, get rid of this hole. All right. Now do the path from the bottom. Let's see if this one works. Right. You're pretty much stuck at this point, regardless of what you do. You won't be able to get rid of some final dump solid. Let's try pocket with this, see if it works. Pocket. No. Okay. Even from the back, if you do pad, right click, get rid of this. If you do pad from the bottom, it won't work. You're pretty much stuck. With this dump solid and these guys that you extracted. Incidentally, let me remind you what you do in order to see the original part. Right there, the original part. There we are. So this part body is made of that dumb solid plus all these features that you created. All right, there's a second item that I want to bring up here. Remember, in videos 2 and 3, I was able to completely get rid of this numb solid because of the sequence of the way that I recognize these features. Okay, so I'm not going to save this thing. I will get out of this, and then once again read the step file. Because there's another item that I would like to point out to. All right. So first thing I want to do, I would like to create. You'll see why. I would like to create a point here. Okay, a point between these two locations. So we can do that. So there is a point between this point and that point, halfway between. All right. So there is, of course, the original step file that I read. This is the body that I created, and I created a point halfway between this point and that point. Now I would like to extract this this hole here. So recognize that hole. So first of all, make this thing work object right there. Otherwise, you get that warning message. So click on it. A hole. This is the hole, and we say OK right there. All right. Now you can change the size of this, etc. But what I would like to do is I would like to move this hole to that location. Now, one way to do it is double click on this, double click on that, and then sketch position. And I want to I want to take that center and move it to that location. Okay, so let's see what's the best way of doing this thing. Select this, control that. Let's see if this will work, and we make them coincident right there, and we exit. See this? And say OK. Now, if you say, well, what happened? First of all, notice that it moved from this place. That's fine. But if you say right-click part body, work object, it's right there. Okay. Let's take this hole. Or how about actually, let me see what else can we do. Well, let's take this path, see if we can move it. Okay, so let's extract that path. So let's see, click on it. Of course, right click, work object, click on this, select the path. There we are. And OK, so it's in the tree right now, but I would like to move this to a different location. So remember, in the previous case, I had the option of saying position the sketch. In the pad, I don't have that. However, this is a position sketch. Okay, so what I can say is right click. Change the sketch support. Well, it says that it's isolated. I don't want isolated. I want positioned. And the reference is this surface. Or we move it on this side actually. The reference is this surface. The origin, it says implicit. Well, I don't want implicit. I want the origin to be, for example, that point. So let's say projection point, and this is the point. Notice that it moved here. And you can do all kinds of swap operation. Let's do a swap for both of them. Swap here. And then let's see, now I want to move this thing on the other side. Or we can leave it there, doesn't matter. We close it. Okay, and right there, let's see how our part looks like. There's a problem with this, there's a problem with that, and I understand what the issue may be. So let's actually undo this. Let's go back here. Let's see how our sketch looked like. Position sketch. It is not padding. Selected direction is parallel. I see. Selected direction is parallel to the sketch plane. I see. Okay, so let's do the following. Let's cancel that. I think this is not in the right spot. Okay, so let's do the following. The direction, let's change it. How about selecting a different direction? Ah, there it is. Normal to the profile. That's right, normal to the profile. There we are. The point that I wanted to make, was that for the case of hole, it was very easy to move it because it was possible to position the sketch. For the case of a pad, because this was the position sketch, we could move it to a different location and basically recreate. All right, folks. I'm going to stop here, and I think there will be the opportunity to make one more video segment on this, and we'll see how it goes.